it's Maria Robinson, Stamping Simply with Maria. I'm so excited to share with you a new suite of products that Stampin' Up! Released this morning. It's an online exclusive, and as the name implies, it's only available online, and I think for a limited time, or till some of the product sells out. I know with the designer series paper, sometimes they don't restock that. Sometimes they do. So I'm not sure, but if you want this suite, I say definitely get it right away. It's probably going to be a hot seller, especially for the DSP. Which brings me to my next point. I'm going to share a couple of cards with you today. They're very easy. I know I've been saying that a lot, and you're probably getting sick of me saying it, but they truly are easy, and you let the designer series paper do all the work. So let me flip the camera down, and I'll show you. The new suite of products is called the Meandering Meadows Suite Collection. And as a collection, it is available for $82.52. And what you get is you get the designer series paper, which is 6x6, 48 sheets, 12 design, 4 of each pieces. A package of here, let me show you. The adhesive back birds and dragonflies. Aren't these adorable? I think they are. They're gold, and you know what makes it really nice? They're flat, so it's perfect for mailing. I know a lot of times we have trouble with the dimensionals, not the dimensionals, our other embellishments because they're raised, so it might get stuck in the mail machine, but these are perfect. Also in the suite, you get a roll of ribbon, and it's got this dash in here, on here. It's like very vanilla with pecan pie. It's a really pretty ribbon. And the bundle, which includes the stamp set and the Garden Meadow dies. Now you can also purchase these individually. If you purchase the Garden Meadow stamp set and dies, you do get 10% off. And then the designer series paper is $12.50. The dragonflies are $8.50, and then the ribbon is $7.50. So really, really cool. I love this. I've done quite a bit with it already. Matter of fact, I think last week I did no, maybe not. I think it was my mystery stamping with my ladies that I did a card with them. So in addition to that, there's also another suite. It's called the Fluffiest Bird Friends Bundle. I haven't gotten this yet. I'm waiting for that. And there are other things that as of, when I went live with this video, when I recorded it, I couldn't see them yet. But if you scan this QR code, you will be able to see the other products that are available online. And again, they're available starting today, November 7th. So definitely go check those out. And if you want that DSP, you'll want to order it as soon as possible. So let's go through the DSP. Isn't it beautiful? Look at these pretty papers, pretties here. I've got them, so Stampin' Up! Paper is double-sided. So we've got that design, this one. I mean, they're just so pretty. Beautifully painted. I don't know who painted these, but I wish I could paint like this. So really, really pretty designs. I love them all. Hard to choose just which one is a favorite. But in today's card, I'm going to show you what we're making. We'll first be doing this one. So this is an example. And I did add a window sheet to it. And I'll show you how I did that. And then the designer series paper. And then I wanted to add a window pane. I thought about doing like the hash window pane, across, like a cross. I didn't care for that too much. So I think this looks much prettier going up and down. And then for this one, I didn't add anything. I cut the designer series paper down. I added a sentiment on the oval punch. And then I added some birds. Really simple. Very simple. And then the inside, I added a strip, which was a piece of scrap paper that I had. And I also made the matching envelope with the leftover piece from that. So very simple. But let's get started. We'll do this one first, since this one's a little more involved, but still fairly easy. I will get my cut and emboss machine because I want to cut out the window. So we'll take out the die, and I am using, actually let me go through the card measurements. It's 4 1/4 across by 11, and this is pebbled path that I'm using, and I scored it at 5 1/2. That's the card base. I will be cutting the window from this piece, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Then we have a piece of basic white, which I believe is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Yep, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So, but you could play around with the measurements. That's what I thought was working for me. So I'm going to center this on my card stock here. And I want to center it because this piece is going to be layered on top of the card base. So you want to make sure you get that centered. And we'll run that through. Once this is done, then we can take the machine off the desk because I don't have anything else to die cut. And it does take up a lot of space on my table. So, and you know, space is definitely something you want to keep. All right, so we have our window, and I can save this and probably make another card with it. So we'll put that aside. Use that for another time. I'll put this back. And the piece that I decided to use is this particular piece. Why, you might ask? I don't know. I just thought it was pretty. So basically what you want to do, and there's really no rhyme or reason to this, but line it up to where you want it show. So if you want to show more sky, you know, pull it up to the top and show the sky. If you want to show just a little bit of everything, you know, just do this. So it's up to you. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to how you do this. Eventually, this DSP is going to be cut down to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So I think I'm going to go with this. So I've got a little bit of the sky. We've got some flowers and some trees. All right, so let's cut down. Where's my cutter? Here we go. So as I said, 3 7/8. So I'm going to just flip this around. Line that up to 3 7/8. Right. Yes, but what I want to do is I think I want to cut off the top first. No, that doesn't really matter. No, so what I'm thinking is I want to save the biggest piece here to put on the envelope flap. So that'll be fine because I'll just flip that over and we'll use the back side. We can use this on the envelope flap. And then, so that's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Actually, I'm going to cut from the bottom. And again, like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. Cut from wherever you want to. All right. I think we're done with the cutter. No, actually, we're not done with the cutter because I need to cut down the window sheet. So let me tell you where I get these window sheets from. Stampin' Up! Does sell window sheets in a pack, but what I do is once I get my photopolymer stamps, they come on these plastic sheets here, these window sheets. I take off my stamps, throw out, you know, you could throw out this piece or you can save it. I don't save it, but I do save the harder one, and that's what I use for my window sheets. So there you go. Kind of saving you a little money there. You can thank me later. All right, so we're going to do this. The DSP was 3 7/8, so I'm going to go down. You know what? I don't remember. Yeah, I think I'll make it 3 7/8. If I need to, actually, let me go down just one line beyond the 3 7/8, which is like, I don't know. Or is it? Because I want it to fit behind this. So this piece I said was, I think this is 4 1/4. No, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So 4 1/8. So let's just make this 4 inches. Okay, so I just need to cut a little bit off of this, and the window sheet cuts very nicely on my cutter. Just want to throw that out because I don't need that piece. And by, what did I say this was? I think I said 4 1/8. No, 4 inches by 5 1/4. All right. I can't remember everything. All right, this is 5 3/8, so I'm gonna go 5 1/4. Okay, 5 1/4. So we'll just cut that piece, and I could save this for another card. Might be useful for something. All right, now we can put this away. All right, so let's see what we got here. The other 2 strips I have are basically just scraps, but they are cut at 1/4 inch by 5 1/8. And again, if you don't want to put these, you don't have to. I may just leave this one off and just leave that showing. I think I'm going to leave these off this time. We'll make it a little bit different. We won't use those. All right, so how do you attach the window sheet? So plastic is a little funny, right? Actually, I think I'm going to cut this down a little bit more. So I'm going to cut about another 1/8 of an inch all around. So I said this was 4 1/8, I think. Right? So let's go down to 4 inches. No, this is 4 inches. Let's do 3 7/8. Three 7/8, 5 1/4, so we'll do 5 1/8. So the way that I do this is I apply a bead of glue. I try to keep it as close to the edge here. You'll see that there's an imprint from where the die cut. It's got like these little, so I'll show you the other so you can probably see that better. So what I'm going to try to do is just keep it to the outside of that. So when I put the window sheet down, and you just want to put a little bit, because if this gooshes on the window sheet, it's going to be a hot mess. You don't want that. So just a little bit. And it will take a bit to dry. But again, if you're not putting too much, it shouldn't take long to dry at all. I am just putting very, very, very little. You'll see it's like a very fine line. And the DSP is really going to hold it down anyway, so I could even skip this step if I wanted to. My shaky hands are extra shaky today. All right, so then I like to press it down and just get that glue so it sets. So I'm just pressing it down along the glue. And again, you don't have to put the window sheet. I just think it looks pretty. Looks like you're looking through a window. And then we're going to put this right over that. So I'm going to apply a thin bead on the outside of my DSP. Oh, actually, oh well, we're doing it this way now. What I had wanted to do really was to use dimensionals, but I guess we'll put the dimensionals on the back. Pretty, right? That looks so pretty. All right, let's put dimensionals on this piece. So if you need help ordering this set, let me know. Just get in touch with me. I will post my contact information, and my website will be in the description below the video. So let's move this down here, and we'll add another one here. I'll put this one right down there. And but like I said, if you really want this designer series paper, I would say order it through me sooner rather than later, because it may not be available past tomorrow, you know, past Wednesday maybe. I mean, I don't know. I know with several of the new designer papers, they've sold out very quickly, so I don't want you to be left without if you'd like this paper. So we'll add this to the top. And we'll add the basic white to the inside. We'll add a few of those embellishments, the dragonflies and the birds. And we'll start on our second card. Now let's add a little bit of designer paper to the bottom here. Let me cut this. And what size is this? This is 3/4 of an inch. So let me cut this down to, let's go, no, let's do 1/2 inch. And again, this is optional, but it just adds a little something something to your card. And I don't have an envelope here, but that other piece I will add to an envelope, because you don't want to have naked envelopes, right? At least I don't. All right, let's add some birds. Oops, let's not forget our sentiment. I've got happy birthday already to go. I think we'll add that up here. I like it. So we can show the flowers. And this could be masculine or feminine, right? Either one. Put some birds up here. Bird flying there. Maybe we'll put a dragonfly right by the happy birthday. Right? Let's see. Should we put another bird? I think I'll put a bird down here. Let's put one of these guys right by the flowers. Like so. There you go. So there's card number 1. All right, let's set that aside. We'll do card number 2. Very simple. Again, you know, the DSP is doing all the work. So the hardest decision with that, I'm going to say, is picking out which paper you want. So, which DSP. But I think I'm going to go with, I have a garden green card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Piece of basic white. I believe this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. This is a scrap piece that we're going to use to cut out our happy birthday. And this will go on the front. So my theory on this is when I was doing this, I wanted to have more of the sky showing, right? So then you can actually see the sentiment on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down to, I think it's, we'll say 4 inches by 5 1/4. All right. So 4 inches by 5 1/4. Oops. I lost my card base. Okay, there we go. All right, so 4 inches high. And this bottom part I will use on an envelope. 4 inches high, and then 5 1/4. I think we'll take it off of here. And I can use this piece. I'll cut it down just a little bit more. Or should we just leave it like that? No, we'll cut it down a little. What is it? That's 1/2 inch. No, let's go down to 1/2 inch. All right, there we go. This truly is a scrap. Okay, let's hold that. Finish that. Add this to the front. Even the back is pretty. Look at that. I think when I put the envelope, the piece on the envelope, I may just flip it over. Or I may just leave the flowers. I think those flowers are pretty. So let me know in the comments what you think of this suite. If you're going to get it, if you already own it. I'd love to know. And if you can, follow me on my Facebook page, Stampin' Simply with Maria on Facebook. My link will be in the description below the video, and post me some pictures of the cards you make. I love to see them. You know, give me some inspiration. I love to see what you've got. And if you have been following me on my Facebook business page, I have been posting a new series where I challenge you to make cards using certain colors. And if you don't have those colors, you can do, you know, make cards with similar colors or choose something different. The point is, I just want to see your beautiful artwork. I want you to share that with me. That's what the point is. All right, let's cut this down a little bit. Three 7/8. Adhere this to the side. All right, let's stamp our sentiment. We're going to use Garden Green. And because the label, the oval punch, is small, you know, this won't fit across. The happy birthday is too long. I'm going to lap, you know, like put one on top of the other, like what I did here. And I'm sure you've seen me doing this, where I just take the stamp and ink one side of it. And then we just stamp happy. Wipe that off. And my chamois, which I did not have open. And then we'll do the same thing with birthday. So just on the edge, so. And then we'll stamp that underneath. like so. Beautiful. Oh, one more thing. So let me punch this out. Center that up. And then what I like to do is I like to edge this in the ink pad just so it adds a little bit of dimension. I am going to also add dimensionals. I just think this adds a little bit of something, something. You know, just lightly. Nothing crazy. Set that down a second. Sure I didn't get my finger stuck in there. And let me just get a wipe just to make sure that it's dry. I don't want to smudge it. Okay, I think it was fine. We'll add some dimensionals to this. We'll put that down. We'll add our birds. And then I'll show you the other cards again. We'll add that right here. So we'll put our little birdies. I'm sure if my friends are watching, they're probably saying, Maria, you're using birds? Yeah, I don't really like birds. I mean, I think they're beautiful, but they're just not my thing. I'll put one down here. All right, there you go. Pretty cute, pretty easy. Like I said, let me know what you think about it. If you're getting this set, if you're interested in purchasing with me, I'd be more than happy to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Let's bring those other two in here. See if we can get them all in here. We should be able to, yeah. So, and if you'd like to post your cards on my Facebook page, my business page, I'd love to see them. I love to be inspired by you also. So, friends, thank you again for joining me today. I hope that I have inspired you to create handmade cards and brighten someone's day by sharing the card. Please be sure to like, comment, and share my video with your crafty friends. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a new video or someday go live. I have been going live on Facebook here and there, but we'll see. Until next time, have an awesome day. Bye-bye.